We're about to pull into a smart center here, and I'm going to talk about one of the most sinister, devious agendas you've ever heard. And this is why I'll never wear Apple AirPods, any wearable technology. None of it will ever be worn on my body because it is part of a very strange agenda we're about to talk about here as we go to Walmart. You know what we're going to do? Get ready. So the reason why I will never wear wireless earbuds is because, unfortunately, the two buds don't connect to your phone at the same time. The phone connects to one connects to the other with your brain in between it, and then it goes back to the phone in a loop. So your brain is between two radiation-emitting frequency devices. One of the reasons why I will not wear that is for that reason. Another one is because if you want to microchip the population, how do you do so? You have to condition them to first wear the technology, and then it's a lot more normal to think of, maybe just get the technology put into.
Alright, Shalom, Kahallah Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai Barakatam to the hopeful elect. Alright, so, saw this video, decided to do base a lesson off it because, it's no coincidence over the years, why they've been normalizing when it comes to this technology. All right, pretty much everything is about convenience. Everything's faster, and every so often they upgrade from 2G, 3G, 4G. Now they got the 5G. Like this dude said, it's no coincidence over the years, everything's becoming more about faster technology, convenience, right? And it's been a preconditioning, basically, pretty much gearing the society up to accept the mark of the beast, which is the RFID chip. All right, because if you haven't noticed, or if you don't know, the microchip it's already here. So it's already around us. When you have your cell phones, vehicles, they have it in them. TVs, and a lot of technology. Your credit cards, they all have the RFID chip already in it, basically. All right, or the RFID chip technologies in it, right? But the ultimate goal is to put it in you. All right. So, because whenever you hear about transhumanism, all right, this is pretty much what it's going into, and what they're gearing you up for. All right, to have this technology in you. All right. So, I'm gonna just play this video out and get to some precepts.
Part of the transhuman agenda. They need people to, one, and get used to wearing the technology, which is the step before the, hey, let's make it even easier for you. Just get a chip. Just literally microchip yourself. Pay for it. People in Sweden, there's already office buildings of people who check in, who clock into their job with a microchip, grain of rice size microchip in their hand. China's doing stuff like that. This is the plan for the rest of the world. They want us all connected to our...
Yeah, and I won't be surprised if this guy's watching the Israelites, because he's pretty on point with a lot of things, like with Sweden. All right, they pretty much have cash is almost obsolete over there. They pretty much adapted this beast system, and you could just go on YouTube and see how they pretty much they have the chip. They have the mark of the beast already. And time in and time out, I would say the same things, because again, a lot of things that you see going on in these other countries, it's a prelude to what's coming over here. All right, so again, you could just watch out or look over there what's going on in Sweden. All right, they've already got chips. All right, in China has that basically the credit based system. Right. And again, if you look into that, right, that's for the most part, it's all about control. All right, because Esau Edom is is bad enough. They have all the wealth that any one of us could ever imagine. All right, but they have everything, the wealth, the resources, they have everything. But ultimately, they want the control. They want to control your spirit. They want to control your mind. All right, and it's gonna be via those chips. All right, that's gonna be the complete ultimate form of control. It's chipping everyone. All right, because because basically, if you take that chip, man, it's you, that's them basically branding you, and that's their way of saying that they own you. All right, when you brand something, it's pretty much you showing ownership of it. Cattle, because that's how the elites, they look at everyone as cattle. You know, and they believe in their sick and twisted, demented minds that you know us being the cattle, we need to be um, we need to be led. You know, um, pretty much. They feel that they pretty much know what's best for everyone. We're heading to a what do you call it? Because basically, this world, man, is sick, and it has a cancer. And they got all these their false predictions and whatnot, how the Earth could end 1,000 years from now, or whatever the case may be, right? Pretty much, um, humanity is on a it's on a it's at a decline. you know and they're pretty much, they're like I said, in their sick and twisted, demented way of thinking. All right, they think that they can provide a solution to all the problems that are going on, right? And they can save humanity, right? But it's going to be in the form of that chip. All right, this is what they've been prepping and preparing the sheep, the goyim. All right, this is what they've been preparing everyone for, and gearing up everyone for. All right, all this technology, and this convenience. All right, basically to put it inside you, to merge man with machine.
Artificial intelligence, a massive computer. If you notice how many movies, you got iRobot, you got Terminator. How many movies are about artificial intelligence becoming too evil, too sinister, too controlling, and then it controls every aspect of your life? Wearable technology is part of the agenda. Make no mistake, it's not for your convenience. It is not for your convenience. It's to normalize the connection with us to artificial intelligence. We have a smart Wi-Fi LED light bulb.
So yeah, um because again, like you said, it's for convenience, but it's not for your convenience. It's not for your betterment. All right, it's just to prepare you and gear you up. It'll be more you'd be more willing to, or you're going to be more willing and accepting this chip. All right, because like I said, the RFID technologies, it's all around us. So it's already here. you know um and for the most part, a lot of people, they're just going to be like, well, why not have it in me? Why not have it inside me? you know
You see my videos before. You know LED light bulbs are extremely harmful for your eyes. Then we got connected to Wi-Fi, and it's a smart home. So it's connected to your phone, Wi-Fi, LED. They want every single piece of technology in your home connected to Wi-Fi, connected to Bluetooth, connected to the Internet of Things. This is part of weaponizing the entire Internet. Everything connected to the same artificial intelligence Internet source. And then you have a very dangerous situation, like in iRobot, which is most of these movies that are talking about AI are a warning by the director who sees the agenda.
yeah, because we often talk about how these directors and actors and whatnot, these producers and whatnot, they're in on the gig to an extent. All right, because they're not but lower elites. And just like how on the right hand you have prophets, all right, this is their way of, because a prophet, he tells things before they happen. All right, so just like on the right hand you have prophets, Esau mimics that on the left hand. And again, this is because they've been what they call predictive programming. All right, they've been pumping this stuff into the movies, these TV shows and the video games and all these things. They've been doing it for years, right? Because one of the things, this, like the saying goes, yeah, hiding the truth in plain sight. You know, you desensitize the people to the fact, like how we talk about the chariots and how the Lord's going to invade this earth with chariots, so-called black men and things of that nature. But Esau's put it in these movies dealing with UFOs and aliens and big-headed little body beings. All right, because again, that's his way of desensitizing you to the truth and with the because again, when we bring these things out, a lot of times, you get the reaction, people, oh, they only show that stuff in the movies. That stuff is not real. It's all a part of their agenda. Because again, best believe there is an agenda that these elites have.
Here we have a Google Home. Hey, Google. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to call out to technology. I don't want a little robot in my house. I'm not trying to normalize the connection of humans with artificial intelligence. Now, this is perfect. Connected to your internet, like everything, because anything good must connect to the internet. And you scan your fingerprint on it. So your house is fingerprinted. Everything's connected to the same internet. And we become dependent on artificial intelligence so that if anything were to happen, it completely controls our life, which is the best thing you could possibly do, is have this non-biological form control every single part of your life. What could be better? Bluetooth, wireless. This is why we don't like wires. Because wires get in the way. We like the frequencies surrounding us. We like to be completely surrounded by harmful electromagnetic fields at all times, because wires, they're a thing of the past. The thing about wires is that they contain, instead of having a frequency going through there, you just have a wire going on the ground. Boom, bang, bing.
And that's another thing. All right. And this is why a lot of people are dumbed down and so docile, so stupid. Is because Esau puts a lot of chemicals and frequencies and pretty much disrupting pretty much things that disrupt our things like our pineal gland and pretty much the connection, that interference with the Most High. Talking about more so specifically Jake. All right, because we are connected with the Most High. But again, Esau puts so much stuff out there that's it's like when you have like when you're in a bad area and you have horrible reception, or you trying to call someone or whatever, and it doesn't go through. All right, it's because of that interference. And this is what Esau, they put all this radiation and it's just it's destroying us. And again, it makes us susceptible to these things. Like I said, this is why, especially these Americans, these Babylonians, they're so stupid and so docile. Because they become so dependent upon this, this technology, and they're on it pretty much. They're on a low frequency. So this is why the people are, they're destroyed. And again, this is why they're going to be more susceptible to accepting this this chip.
And in too many frequencies compared to wireless. Wow, every single thing here is wireless. And I'm going to tell you something. The reason everything is wireless is not because there's a demand for wireless. It's because it's part of the agenda. It is part of the agenda, having everything connected to the Internet of Things. Mark my words. Mark my words.
Yeah, man. Like I said, this stuff is messing us up. This is why we need Yahweh Shem Shai to destroy this place. We're all jacked up, man. Brothers be having sleep issues and just all type of sicknesses and ailments, man. The chemtrails in the air is disrupting our natural energy, our aurora, our I forgot the word for it, but because like I said, best believe, when it comes to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, all right, we have a certain vibe, and we have certain energy that surrounds us, because again, we're connected to the Most High. But again, with all this shit that Esau puts out here, All right, all this Wi-Fi and stuff, all this technology is disrupting that connection. These wave patterns and what that that flows through us and stuff. But I'm not trying to sound all deep or whatnot, but
This is so smart. It's a smart Wi-Fi router. Holy fuck. Just when shit wasn't smart or wireless enough, we got a smart Wi-Fi router. Right. When you start to see that there's a plan to turn you into a bio-robot, you start wondering, why are they spraying glyphosate in New Brunswick? Why are they spraying atrazine in California? Why are they releasing 750 million GMO mosquitoes in Florida? This is a war on the...
you see, that's why they gotta, man. That's why this place has to be destroyed. Like I said, this stuff, man. Being in this place, man, is jacking us up physically, and even more so mentally and spiritually. We're all jacked up, man. We all need to be healed and saved out of this flesh and these chains of darkness, these weak bodies, these vile bodies, because we're all jacked up.
Natural world. It's a war on the human biology. This is the importance of avoiding all their toxic chemicals and instead getting organic heirloom foods into your system. This is part of the reason why I take Chalk 7 Wonders with 7 different medicinal mushroom extracts, rare, mentioned throughout history, plant compounds in here that have been extracted from these medicinal mushrooms that have been mentioned all throughout the world. Some of the most powerful plant compounds you can find concentrated into a little capsule you take every single day, and you get the benefits of these polysaccharides, these antioxidants, these powerful plant compounds. I take that in conjunction with Chalk Purified Shilajit. There are 8 different clinical studies on this substance here. When you take these things together, plant compounds and plant compounds.
Okay, yeah, that was it on that. So, but yeah, you know, and on another note, this is why, the vibrations out there, brothers to be taking care of their health, right? This is why these different herbs and things of that nature is set up for us, strengthening your immune system and things of that nature. I've been getting into that, talking to people about that a lot, strengthening your immune system. All right, because again, everything that Esau has out there is destroying our immune system, our body's natural defense system, and things of that nature. All right, like I said, this is why we're so fucked up, and we're the most part, Jake is just docile, and they don't know nothing. All right, but that's on another note. But nevertheless, again, all in all, pretty much this, the people, they've been prepared, or they've been they're being cradled to accepting the New World Order. It's all preconditioning. We've been saying that throughout the year with this whole COVID pandemic, wearing masks. It's all preparation, getting the people to get the people into accepting the New World Order. Because best believe they're gonna get very 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 far with it. But ultimately, Yahweh Shem Shai, and like I said, this is why we need the Lord to destroy this place. And eventually he will. He's going to act on the prayers that the saints have been throwing up for years. All right. And, throw a monkey wrench into these people's plans, man. Because, again, when it comes to, they want to make robots out of us, man. They want to put this this poison, this garbage, nothing but idolatry. They want to stick this stuff in us, put this stuff in us and turn us into robots. Stick all these abominations in us. And this is why we need Yahweh Shem Shai to destroy this place. And he is. When you read Job 5 and 12, it says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty. All right? Because again, you can't stress enough how much of a crafty, cunning, slick, sly devil these people are. All right? They are very slick and smooth. How they present these things, how they their presentations, how they if they like with the whole New World Order and things of that nature, right? And how they've been preconditioning the people over the years, right? Gradualism, right? Building how they set things up and build things up to get what they want. All right, because again, Esau's nothing but a slick fox. He's a sly devil, man. He's very tricky, subtle, and he's smooth with it. He's a smooth criminal. Because again, ultimately, the ultimate device, those chips, this is what they want to put in us. This technology they want to put inside of us and make robots out of us. Again, all for control, because that's what it's about, complete control. All right, And you know, when they take those chips, man, I mean, if you take that chip, I mean, that's it for you. You know, Esau, he's got you. So reading on, it says, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. All right, that new world order. All right, the Lord is going to throw a monkey wrench into what Esau, Edom, what these devils, you know, was setting up. Because best believe, like I said, they're going to get very close. They're going to chip a lot of people. Right? Reading verse 13, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. All right, because ultimately, you know, they're you know, they're going to be destroyed by their own technology via those nuclear missiles, those ICBM missiles. So you know, when the scriptures talk about how, you know, matter of fact, let me look for that. See if I can find it real quick. Joel 2:10. No, that's not what I wanted, but this is good as well. Joel 2:10, it says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Because again, you know, Yahweh Shem Yoshai, he's pretty much closing the curtains on his place. All right, and the Lord's gonna, you know, because with this technology and this science, all right, falsely, you know, this false science, all right, it's all wisdom on the left hand, all right, and again, you know, the Lord's gonna, you know, he's gonna pretty much close the curtain, you know, and you know, dim this shining light, all right. So again, when it talks about the sun and the moon shall be dark, all right, pretty much, you know, it's going into, you know, the wisdom of Esau Edom, because again, the Lord's gonna, you know, shut these devils up permanently. He's gonna close them down, close up shop. All right, and we can't wait. You know, this is why, you know, King David, man, when you read those songs, man, he would those songs, man, they're very highly spiritual. You know, King David, man, was crying out and praying to Yahweh Shem Shai to be saved from, you know, all this poison, man, because we can't escape it, we can't get around it. You know, it's all around. You know, no matter where you go. You know, this is why we're crying out to Yahweh Shem Shai to save us, to deliver us. You know, because these devils, man, and their wicked devices, man. You know, let me put a Sirach 51. Ecclesiasticus 51 and start at verse 1. Start at verse 2. For thou art my defender and helper, and has preserved my body from destruction. Yeah, because if it wasn't for the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shem Shai, man, we would have been done, man. We would have been done. You know. And from the snare of the slanderous tongue. So you see, because again, Esau, Edom, these elites, man, they're setting Jacob up to be destroyed, man. All right, all these traps and you know, these booby traps. All right, Jake is being set up to be killed, and Jake doesn't understand it. Jake is too dumb, you see, so too dumb and docile to realize it, to understand it. You still freaking Jake is still talking about voting for Biden, voting for Trump, like that's going to do anything. Jake is dumb as hell, and you know, so docile. You know, and from the snare of the slanderous tongue, and from the lips of that forged lies, and has been my helper against mine adversaries, and has delivered me according to the multitude of thy tender mercies. Because again, you know, if it wasn't for the mercies and grace of Yahweh Shem Yoshai, man, we would have been done. You know, the scriptures talk about how if it were possible, even the elect, they'd be deceived, man. If it were possible, the elect would be deceived, but it's not possible because they're already sealed, man. Lord's will, we're of that number. It says, in greatness of thy name, from the teeth of them that were ready to devour me, and out of the hands of such as sought after my life, and from the manifold afflictions which I had. All right, you know, because again, you know, these devils, man, they're not playing around. They're a bunch of heartless. They're cold, man. You know, and they're looking for every avenue to take you Jakes out. You know, they don't. I say this all the time, and they don't care about their own people. What, these Jakes? What makes them think that they care about you, and they don't even care about their own people? Or because they're gonna force this. They're gonna force this device, this technology, this wisdom on the left hand. They're gonna force it on, put it down on everyone, even their own people. You know. So I'm gonna go to Psalms 140. The agenda of the smart of this smart technology, man, has not been nothing but a preconditioning, a precursor, or not a precursor, preconditioning. All right, to put this technology inside you, in the form of that chip. Psalms 140:8. Grant not, O Yahweh, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves. Selah. So you see, and again, because they're going to get very close. All right, they're going to chip a lot of people. The scriptures talk about how when they're about to fill their belly, right? I just like to picture the wicked elites, them sitting at a large table. They got food and everything. They prepare it out. They're about to get their little fancy napkins and put it on the lap or whatever, right? And just as they're about to eat, just when they're about to pick that fork up and take that first bite of the meal, boom, the Lord is going to drop missiles. It's going to rain missiles. As soon as they're about to fill their belly, man, the Lord is going to come with the uppercut blow. And we can't wait to see this, man. Let me read that again, verse 8. Grant not, O Yahweh, the desires of the wicked. Further not his wicked device, lest they exalt themselves, Selah. And again, that wicked device, man, ultimately it's going to be in the form of that chip, which is the mark of the beast. All right, because Esau, man, they're so puffed up. The Lord allowed these devils get so puffed up, man. They trust. They really do trust in their technology. All right, that is their God. They trust in their sword, which was of course their blessing. They trust in it. And again, that's why the scriptures, talks about how they're gonna be ultimately, they're gonna fall on their own head. It's gonna come down on their own head because they created the ICB missiles just to be destroyed by them. So let me get this 1 Timothy 6:20, and I'll close it out. 1 Timothy 6:20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane. All right, and again, those chips, man. It's not but abomination. It's all profane, all profanity. All right, uncleanness. All right, you need to avoid it at all costs. Stay away from it. All right, as well as those vaccines, but more so the chip, because that is the mark. It says, "And vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so called." Because you see, Esau, man, he's going to put all type of what do you call it? What do they call it? His hypothesis, and he's going to put all these fake reports, and how it's going to be good for you and how it's going to be beneficial and all that. Avoid all that stuff, man. Because according to the scripture, we're not supposed to be putting that shit in us anyway. But again, Jake, man, they're so dumb and docile and just dumbed down. They don't have the common sense, the wisdom to understand these things. All right. But again, dealing with this their technology and their wisdom. All right, it's all false science. It's all false. It's all inaccurate. It's all vain, and it's going to be to your destruction. Talking about these 2/3 Jakes, because again, Jake, man, they're gonna take it. 2/3 Jakes, they're gonna take it willingly. All right, more than happy to take it. So yeah, man, that was it on that, man. The agenda of the smart technology, all right, has been nothing but a preconditioning to put the technology in you in the form of that chip, which is the mark of the beast, spoken about in Revelation 13:16 on Revelation 13. Verses 16 on down. So, once again, giving all credit to Yahweh Bashim Shai, double honors to the apostles and others of great millstone. Yahweh Bashim Shai, Barakatham to the hopefully elect. Till next time, Shalom.